Hello once again, this is amateur artist Mark D. Chandler coming at you once again from ManLand. Yes, I let you know that it's on. Yes, and it always puts that little light right there in that glasses right there. That's right here, I don't know who this fellow right here is, but I guarantee you, he thinks he's a good guy.
I'm his grandpa.
I guarantee you, he is a good guy, but sometimes we wonder. Yes. Tell us where you're from and who you are.
Man, I'm from the land of God up around Calhoun County.
Calhoun?
Sweet potato.
Oh, Bartleman area, yeah.
First place that started raising sweet potatoes.
See if I'm on. Hold on, let me see if I'm in frame here. There we go.
There you go. I worked. Well, I'm thinking about Belzona now. When I lived down there, we set up the first catfish festival they ever had in Belzona, and we set up our equipment and everything's a radio station up there on top of the courthouse steps, and that's been about probably 15-20 years ago.
And what was the name of that radio station?
WELZ.
And this fellow right here used to be one of them radio announcers.
Yeah, disc jockey. That's back when Buck was a K for a long time ago. But anyway, we buried a time capsule up under the courthouse steps, and 100 years from then, that generation's going to go in there and open it up and read all about the catfish industry. All of the people in the Delta went catfish, but I think lately they've been losing money because the prices have been falling. It's hard to keep them alive in the summer months on account of they can't get enough oxygen in the water, so they have to have pumps on them running all the time, and all that burns up fuel, and that's what runs up the price of the catfish. But Bartleman is sweet potato headquarters. That's in Calhoun County. We have a sweet potato festival each year, and people come from hundreds of miles around just to look at the place where they keep the potatoes stored. They carry them on tours and things like that around the field. To us it seems like just another day, but to them they think it's something amazing to see sweet potatoes growing. What I don't remember when I was a kid, that when you set potatoes out, you put the potato on the ground and the potato sprout came up. But nowadays they put them on the ground, let the sprout come up, then they clip them off. They take that part that comes up, clip it, and take that little naked thing out to the beds and put them down on the ground. Has no root on it, and it'll take root to start growing. Now, that's how educated they got on sweet potatoes now. They claim they can make more potatoes by setting them out, transplanting them after they get them to grow. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm just about to talk that.
Well, you mean to tell me people come from all over the world just to sit there and eat a tater?
You got it.
Well, that is something else. I'll tell you what, we didn't know.
I was born in the old depot that sits right out in the highway, Highway 8 on the way to Houston. There was a depot that Daddy was the agent there, and I was born in that thing on a railroad bench. Old Dr. Edmondson had to come down from his office and deliver me because Mama couldn't get up there in time. But anyway, I was born in Bartleman. Nobody has any idea whatever happened to the old depot. It's gone now. But there's a picture of it there that in the mayor's office that some lady painted of it from her memory. The last time that she remembers what it looked like. And got a picture of the horses and the old timey cars running up and down the road and stuff like that, you know, but it's all done by memory. Nothing actually that was done by a camera like what you're holding there. Of course, back then they didn't have nothing but the old-fashioned cameras. And
they didn't take enough photographs, evidently.
No, evidently they didn't. They weren't interested in it. But Bartleman used to be called Ticky Bend. Ticky Bend was named Bartleman way before people started coming there. Daddy used to say they'd come in on the train on those flat cars coming out of Grenada, Mississippi, and they'd be picking blackberries on the back of them flat cars. They'd reach out and grab them and get them a handful of blackberries. Then after then they named it Timberville on account of all the timber that was being brought to Bartleman and put on the flat cars and hauled out. So he had 2 or 3 different names. Ticky Ben, then Governor Vardaman was alive at them times, and he couldn't get along with the president. And when the president got out of office, then they named the town of Vardaman, Vardaman. But they like to never in the world got it named Vardaman as long as the president was still in office.
Well, do we have a president named Ticky Ben?
No, I don't know. Calvin Coolidge or somebody, I have no idea. But that's before my time. I left there, I was about 1 year of age. From there we went to Manatee, Mississippi. And that's where I started the school at, in Manatee. From there, Daddy left probably 1953, 54, and went to Hulka. We stayed there about 3 years, and Daddy retired, and then we went to the Delta. Wound up in Isola. My grandma and granddaddy lived in the Delta, and Daddy moved in, fixed up the house, built a house over that house. And we lived there until they passed away. And you remember from then on what happened.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I could tell some stories too, and some of them are true.
Yeah, quite a few stories. All right, that's enough.
All right, we're gonna roll it up here.
That's enough.
That there was an interview with ex-President Calvin Coolidge.
Oh, Lord.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled program.